The internal conflict within the new Nigerian People's Party, NNPP, is intensified as Agbo Major, the newly elected factional national chairman, reaffirmed the expulsion of the faction led by former presidential candidate Rabiu Kwankwaso. This development follows a disputed convention held in Lagos State, which the Kwankwaso faction deems illegitimate, insisting that Dr Ajuji Ahmed remains the recognized national chairman. Here's what we know. Agbo Major stated that the convention leading to his election was sanctioned by November 1st, 2024 Abia High Court judgment, which mandated the party's Board of Trustees to oversee its affairs and organize Congress. At the convention, Rabiu Kwankwaso, Buba Galadima, and the entire Kwankwasia group were expelled, citing the expiration of the Memorandum of Understanding that facilitated their entry into the party.
What you should know again regarding this is the fact that the Kwankwaso faction led by Dr. Ajuji Ahmed has rejected the convention's outcomes. The faction leader, Dr. Ajuji Ahmed, stated that a federal high court judgment of April 18, 2024 declared the Agbo Major faction imposters having been expelled by the party. Also stated that the January 16, 2025 Abuja High Court gave an order restraining the Agbo-led faction from carrying out any official duty or activity for or on behalf of NNPP. Checks also confirmed that the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, currently recognizes Dr. Ajuji Ahmed as NNPP party chairman. Well, we're joined this morning to get some clarity on what's going on with the NNPP by the publicity secretary of the new Nigeria's People Party, Ladipo Johnson. Good morning. Thank you very much for joining us.
Good morning. Thanks for having me here.
All right.
Morning.
There's so much information that we've shared here. I would like you to shed some light and some clarity, regarding if we have missed or miscommunicated any of them. First of all, I think the first place to start from is, has Rabiu Kwankwaso been expelled from the NNPP? Because it seems like different factions are saying different things.
Let me take you, just before the Kwankwaso thing, there are no factions. You just mentioned now, INEC, for the sake of arguments, INEC has the NNPP, as in Dr. Ajuji Ahmed as chairman, Ladipo Johnson as publicity secretary, NNPP, New Nigeria People's Party. That is what is recognized by law today. That party has not expelled or suspended Abba Kabir Yusuf or Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso. Now, you have some people, because they are not a party recognized by the Constitution and the Electoral Act must be one as registered by INEC, right? So they're not a party, but group, whatever you want to call them. Dr. Boniface Annebunam was one of the founders of NNPP. True. Kwankwaso, Buba Galadima, Ladipo Johnson, etc., joined only in 2022, 1 year before 2023 elections. The party was there. We held conventions. Agbo Major at that time was National Publicity Secretary. I was National Auditor. Issues came. We won't go into all those because the issues started from them, from Annebunam Group, between Agbo Major and the National Secretary, who is still there. He's from the Annebunam Group, right? Issues started. We got to a stage where Dr. Annebunam now said, I am the founder and I'm overruling decisions of NEC or National Working Committee. And we said, no problem. Suspended him. Even Kwankwaso did not know he was going to be suspended, as it were. So that is how we got to the problem.
Now, let's move to recent developments in the party or in the group of people you said they are. You said they're not a party. The Dr. Agbo Major faction held a Congress last week, and the NNPP faction held a convention last week in Lagos, in Apapa. Dr. Agbo Major's election as NNPP chairman, you have rejected it. You said it's illegal and illegitimate. On the what grounds do you make these assertions?
They're no longer members of the party. Federal High Court, I've forgotten when you cited it, Justice Wite, Abuja. They went to court, said, you are no longer members of the party. That happened. Now, what they're touting around is a default judgment that they got from one corner of Abia. We may as well go to that. Now, in that default judgment, right, you misinformed the court. It's what I call pa incuriam. I'm not blaming the judge. It means the facts were not before him. You took an old constitution with your old logo, the one with basket of fruits, that had been amended in April. You took that before him. You said, no, there had been no party meetings, etc., etc. And he gave you an order based on that logo. Is that logo a party? Is that logo the logo of the NNPP now? Is it the registered party? So that judgment he's banding around is a judgment against them, is for them, yes. And he has said they've expelled us. And I keep saying now that, okay, thank you for expelling Kwankwaso. Thanks, we're not members of your party. So, but we are the ones recognized by INEC, the party.
So what then happens if he has a court judgment that you have said is, based
to no avail?
You don't think that is something that you should maybe challenge in court?
No, we're going to set it aside.
We need INEC to come out and
you don't need INEC. You've seen that INEC has done that. Last week, was it Thursday or Friday, the matter that restrained them from holding any convention or using the name of the NNPP, Justice Hassan, that matter came up and they argued the interlocutory motion. And INEC submitted there that we don't know them.
But they went ahead to have a convention.
Exactly, because they're rascals, for want of a better word. Agbo Major is my friend. You understand? For want of a better word. And what he said the other day, he said that the convention was delayed because there was an injunction, but that when the injunction expired, they held the convention. They're in contempt. Injunction was restraining order pending the determination of the interlocutory injunction, which she hasn't determined yet. They just argued it last week. So for them to have gone on to hold that so-called meeting that they call an injunction, they're in contempt of it.
So right now, yes, you're saying that there are no factions, but we can't deny the fact that according to your explanation, these people were once members of the party.
Once members. A faction, madam,
and then
as you know, is a smaller part of a bigger one.
Yeah,
they are no longer inside.
So are you saying that this does not in any way affect the NNPP as a party?
It doesn't.
And do you plan to maybe go to court and to sort of set aside the court's judgment?
Yeah, we're doing two things now. The first is the Abia, whatever they had, order or whatever, miraculously came in during the strike, the judicial service strike.
So are you inferring that there has
I'm
been
not
some
saying that, no, we won't go there. But it came in during the strike. They just lifted the strike. So it's a default judgment which can be set aside. I believe we filed our papers. But two, we decided to go to court to say, okay, enough is enough. Restrain these people from using the name. Determine once and for all whether they are members. Those were in the FCT High Court, Justice Hassan, and she granted the interim injunction. I am hopeful that the interlocutory injunction will be granted. I don't know which date she gave them as a return date, but it's been moved. They were represented, their counsel were there. You know, they have about 2 or 3 lawyers representing them. And we wait for the ruling of court on the injunction and then the overall matter. So basically, I keep saying that if they are the party, why are they the ones taking us to court around the whole country? Akure today, this one tomorrow, saying different things, and they've lost virtually everything.
Okay. So just for the records, and
Yes.
I kind of, you've alluded to that in your conversation, just to specifically state the position of Rabiu Kwankwaso in the NNPP, officially.
Yes, he's a member of the party, was presidential candidate, is not under suspension, and neither is Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf.
And do you foresee him also still being the party's presidential candidate
It
for the next
depends.
election?
There are lots of things happening. You saw that he was with Aregbesola over the
Yes,
weekend.
we're going to get to
Okay,
that.
so there are lots of things happening. He might not necessarily contest, and he might.
Now, Mr. Johnson, you've suggested that Agbo Major's faction is working in the interest of the APC. Do you have any concrete evidence to support this claim?
Well, I always say that in politics, the military, and the mafia, right? Those three are similar. Politics, military, mafia. You don't need proof beyond reasonable doubt. Let me tell you what I have. When we were fighting, in quotes, for the Supreme Court decision regarding the governor of Kano, they came out, they held a press conference, whatever, supporting the APC.
This Agbo
This
Major
same,
faction.
yes, that's one. Two, when the issue of the Emirates occurred, Emir Sanusi, removal of Ado Bayero, again, they came out several times supporting the position of the APC, which is supporting Ado Bayero. Three, and the most glaring one, was when the Kano State government wanted to hold local government elections recently, a few months back. They actually went to court, just like the APC did, to stop the elections. So those three things have shown me that these people are not aggrieved NNPP members who say, oh, we fight outsiders together, but we're fighting inside. There are people working against us. So, and at its stage, it's been for the position that the APC has held. So that's why we say that it's obvious that they're probably working for the APC.
All right.
Now, over the weekend,
Yes.
Mr. Rabiu Kwankwaso was in Lagos, the flag bearer of the NNPP in 2023 elections, with the former minister recently expelled from the APC, Ogbeni Rauf Aregbesola, former governor of Osun State. Yes. Do you have any inside information as to what that meeting was all about? And are we looking at a sort of rescue plan to salvage your party from the faction of Agbo Major and the others that you've concluded that are almost Siamese twins with the APC?
Well, I think that the visit to Aregbesola is in continuation of reaching out around the country, both in the north and across the Niger. A lot of the politicians are talking now to each other, trying to build consensus and trying to strengthen the opposition bloc so that I think they can give the APC a run for their money, not just a run for the money, defeat them come 2027. This is ongoing. It will continue. So for us, it's a welcome event. And as I said, things will continue. A lot of things are happening already. And you see a lot of these political meetings and what have you, you don't say. But once in a while, you get to see pictures, you see, okay, this person has met this person. Yeah. But it's not just the two of them. It's a lot of people coming
There's a bigger
together.
picture.
Much
All right.
bigger picture.
Hopefully we can get some clarity and we don't have to do a lot of further political permutation.
At least
just
it's
before-
interesting.
Just before
Yes.
we let you go, Mr. Johnson,
Yes.
your good friend, like you said in your own words, Dr. Agbo Major, will be coming up next. Do you have any message for him?
Oh, Happy New Year. That's all.
No political message.
No political. He knows where I stand, and he knows the truth.
Okay.
You know, but it's politics. They'll say what they want to say. I wish him well, but they have to go through the proper route.
You wish him well, but not with the NNPP.
Well, I don't know. He was one of those who tried to help build the party. It's unfortunate that we're where we're at today.
All right.
Yeah.
Ladipo Johnson, National Publicity Secretary for the NNPP, thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.